exposing the Illuminati control system ran by criminals, a bunch of cowards employed by police through the prison industrial complex who conduct illegal surveillance and torture of law-abiding civilians. They've been pressurizing and torturing my body. When I open my mouth, that's all gas, okay, known as gas. These cowards use anonymity to illegally torture people under the guise of the National Security Agency. This is satellite torture, okay? Under the guise of the NSA. Back in 2006, they illegally implanted me at Baltimore City Detention Center. The government manipulates and controls our families, then use our families to cover up torture, rape, murder, and organized crime against innocent people. Yes, the government just themselves, including corrupt police officers, they all faggots, they're in secret societies, they're in satanic cults, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. They use fear through the prison industrial complex to mentally enslave people. Okay, this is an attempt by the federal government to mentally enslave and control the entire population. They push a homosexual agenda. They're involved in MK Ultra, Cointelpro. It never ended. They still using this under the guise of the National Security Administration and torturing people and carrying out government-sponsored organized crime under NSA. These criminals that manipulate and control our families, hide in secrecy, bring voices into our heads, frequencies into our heads. This is all being done under the guise of the National Security Administration. People are being tracked, targeted, tortured, harassed, and psychology fraud is used to cover up complete systematic corruption by the federal government. Their whole Gangstalking program or Illuminati control system is ran by fear through the prison industrial complex. And the government wages spiritual warfare and psychological warfare on you in retaliation for speaking out, against human rights violations, crimes against humanity. The U.S. government is essentially one of the most horrific, terrible Nazi terrorist organizations on the planet. The brain experiments, mind control, torture, none of this, all this stuff, it never ended, okay? And you got a bunch of cowards, sellouts, okay? People that are trying to sacrifice you, and they actually even control your family members. So the government controls a lot of the families. They're pretty much the sponsor of terrorism, especially the United States government. And these satanic cults or secret societies essentially carry out all crime, all corruption, and they're a bunch of cowards, all a bunch of cowards, really a bunch of faggots and cowards. Corrupt police officers, human trafficking, the FBI, okay, and the police in general are still the modern day slave catchers. You get what I'm saying? Still the modern day slave catchers, the biggest human traffickers are the federal government, okay? They human track civilians. It's neural slavery, essentially, okay? So when people speak of voice to skull, synthetic telepathy and hearing voices, this is actually technology that's been in existence for over 50 or 60 years. As a matter of fact, microwave hearing, okay, they could have been do this over 50, 60 years. Look up the patent for it. United States government has the patents on all this technology, okay? So this is like, it seems like it's like fallen angel technology. And just like they say, the military, before they release anything or any technology, the government have it probably about 50, 60 years beforehand, okay? Before they even release it to the people, okay? This is the same thing with Wi-Fi. This is the same thing with Bluetooth. It's the same thing with GPS. All these technologies that has been weaponized, okay, to use and abuse you, more used for more control, surveillance, tracking, targeting, torturing. So this is brain to brain, essentially brain to brain communication. Some criminals beaming voices and frequencies in my head, they can actually have a conversation, okay, right in my head, beam frequencies directly to my body, okay? And I can feel my neurological system, my right ankle, okay, and my left ankle. And on my right ankle, you know, I know that's where I was actually illegally implanted at the Baltimore City Detention Center in 2006 with a non-consensual neurological weapon, okay? And I can feel it in operation. When I mean I can feel it, I can actually feel it pretty much going through my entire neurological system, my left ankle and my right ankle. So they use both to torture me. They use this to bring frequencies and voices in my head, pressurize my body. When I open my mouth, it don't even sound right. It sounds like something, like my organs or something are breaking or being destroyed. But this is what they're doing to people. And they've been using psychiatry fraud to cover up the usage of non-consensual neurological and biological weapons on civilians, along with the infiltration of the family, okay, and controlling and manipulating the family to get the family to participate in these crimes through threats, okay? Well, if you don't sacrifice to sell out your relative, the one who's actually strong-minded and innocent, who didn't do anything, well, we're going to kill you. Well, I kill your whole family. So they use the family to and threaten the family to pretty much try to torture and kill innocent people, all right? To sell out their own relatives. This is what they doing. And they say, oh, you believed it. You believe in God. So now we got to kill you.